Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
Remember, diabetes isn't just about sugar. It affects your heart, kidneys, eyes, and mind.
If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic and you need diabetic services, but you need to make your dollar stretch no further than the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. For vascular, podiatry and diabetic eye screening services or consultations with diabetes doctors and nurses, call 417-0305 today. The Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren, St. Michael. They can save your life and save you money. But members get 10% off.
It's time for 15 diabetic-friendly Christmas minutes on 100.7 QFM, being brought to you with the compliments of the Barbados Diabetes Foundation, the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program, and the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Good afternoon, Q family. This is Peter Boyce here. Are you feeling Christmassy yet? Christmas is next week, but we now invite you to take a break from your Christmas shopping and listen to this show, which is especially targeted at diabetics and pre-diabetics and people who don't want to be diabetic. So it's targeted at everybody because everyone is welcome at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
Where is it located?
It is located at Warren, St. Michael, right behind Eunice Gibson Polyclinic. You pass the polyclinic where the vans will be parked up, past where the vendors will be selling the sweet potatoes and things, and you walk right down and you get to the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, and that's where you can get your eye screen for diabetic retinopathy. If you are a diabetic, this is something that you should not ignore. It's something that you are supposed to do every year. You don't let your eyes. In case you need to be reminded of how important your eyesight is, listen to this.
At first, my eyes were just a little blurry. I ignored it, figured it would clear up on its own. I wore my glasses and went on with my day. It seemed fine. But the blurriness stuck around for months, and still I didn't pay any mind. Then one morning, I saw floaters, tiny dark spots drifting across my vision. I told myself it was just because I hadn't been sleeping well. Deep down, I knew I should have gotten my eyes checked, but I didn't. Eventually, it got worse. The blur turned into darkness, and that's when I got scared because I knew my vision was failing. Don't ignore your vision. Make sure to get your eyes screened early as a diabetic. It could save your sight.
So don't make us sport with this thing. To get your eyes screened for diabetic retinopathy, call 417-0305. Do not delay as we go into our Christmas tip of the day.
Hello everyone, I'm Marcia White. Season's greetings from the Barbados Diabetes Foundation. I know you guys love your Christmas food, but I want you to think about going for seconds. I want you to pause. I want you to give your body 15 minutes to decide if you're truly still hungry. Have some water, chat with your family, or just maybe stand around and take in the scene for a moment. And if you want a little bit more food, try to choose your vegetables first, okay? Mindful eating keeps you satisfied, not stuffed. So that's my little Christmas tip for you. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
You have a good Christmas too, Marcia. Dale Alfonso here. As we continue on QFM on the Maria Holder Diabetes Center radio show, we're going to be dealing with two things that Bajans like to do at Christmas. Drink a lot of alcohol and eat a lot of food. So we're going to be starting with Dr. Diane Bradford. Dr. D, if a person has diabetes, how should they consume alcohol at Christmas?
If you have diabetes, you have to really think about how much alcohol you use, using it in moderation or not at all. First of all, just want to point out that alcohol is actually very toxic to the pancreas. That's the organ that makes your body insulin. So people who abuse alcohol can actually become diabetic because the alcohol is damaging, their pancreas, okay? And now that you've touched on that, you're talking about, another type of diabetes again, okay? Secondary diabetes. But alcohol is a tricky one because some of the alcohol obviously has more sugar, and therefore it means that it can make your blood sugar go up, okay? That's number one. But number two, alcohol also affects the liver, and it affects how the liver can produce and process sugar or glucose, several hours after you consume it. So some people can actually have low blood sugar several hours after using, the alcohol. And And if you're on medication, that can be a kind of, that can be a bit of a messed up thing, really, where you end up with high sugars and then low sugars. So we always tell people, if you're going to drink alcohol, drink in moderation, do not drink in excess. And also you want to make sure that you're maybe having a meal or something after you drink, okay? So I don't mean like go and drink a lot and then go and eat, but make sure that you're not drinking on an empty stomach, but always in moderation.
So Dr. Diane Bradford, thank you for that advice. So you all out there listening to QFM, the Q family, make sure you drink in moderation for Christmas or don't drink at all. As we know going on now to eating. So we now going to the dietitian with the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, Miss Victoria Cox. And the question I got for Victoria is, how should we be looking to proceed when it comes to Christmas eating? Q family want to know.
Christmas is, it's a season, but when it comes to eating, Christmas is one day of eating a little bit differently, a little bit less healthy. It's not going to be the end of the world, but sometimes we take it a little bit too far. And it's Christmas from November through to January as far as we're concerned and what we're eating and drinking, and it gets a little out of hand. So yes, we may eat differently in the Christmas season at functions and events, but I like to remind people, you're probably not eating out at a function all 3 meals of the day, so try to keep the normal meals healthy, balanced, because we tend to be very all or nothing, 0 to 100. So we'll go from being really, on the ball and thinking, oh, well, it's Christmas now, so I could as well wake up and have a conky and a juice for breakfast, when that's not normally what we would do, right? And so, yes, when we're eating out, it's normal that you're going to eat a little bit differently, but at home, stick to your guns as much as possible. Stick to what is normal for you, which is hopefully, a balanced meal with your vegetables and your water to drink. And even then, when we do go out to functions or events, I think it's really valuable to look at the food that's there and ask yourself what you're actually going to most enjoy, because sometimes we take food just for the sake of taking food. We're like, well, I'm going to take a little bit of everything, and then our plates are piled high, as opposed to, okay, well, there's rice and peas, but I could have that any day of the year, but maybe there's jug or there's, yam pie, things that I don't maybe typically cook that often for myself outside of the season. So focus on the foods that you're going to most enjoy, the seasonal foods, and leave some of the rest out, right? I think, part of it is just from a good blood sugar management perspective, staying on top of testing your blood sugars, because there can sometimes be that aspect. Maybe patients who just don't want to check their blood sugar because they suspect it probably is high, and they think, I just don't even want to confirm what I think already to be true. So staying on top of frequently monitoring your blood sugars at home, so if it is beginning to get a little too elevated, and understanding what foods are going to have the biggest impact on your blood sugar. So again, if we're thinking seasonal foods, and maybe there's different types of meats and things, so maybe someone has turkey and, well, ham, yes, it's very high sodium, but at least if people understand how food affects their blood sugar, they may know that, okay, these protein foods aren't going to really have any kind of effect on the blood sugar, but all the starchy foods, that's what's going to digest into glucose or sugar and raise the blood sugar. So you can kind of be a little bit more strategic with how you build your meal. And I will always be an advocate any time of year, but especially at Christmas, for not leaning into these sweet drinks, because that is something, I will have, clients who generally don't really drink sugary beverages, and then they'll hit me with, well, it's December now, so I had to get some malts and some this and some juice and some sour, and nothing's going to raise your blood sugar like a sweet drink is going to raise your blood sugar. So I would always try, and even if you're going to have a dessert, don't have the dessert and the sweet drink.
Thank you, Victoria, for that food advice. So I hope the Q family be listening properly. That's how we should be looking to eat and also drink for Christmas, which leads us into our Christmas song of the day, entitled For Christmas by Jado. Compliments, the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Have yourself a Merry Christmas here.
Christmas again in my Caribbean land. You know that we is the land of the sea and sun. You won't hear sleigh bells in the air, only church bells in the chilly atmosphere, and smiling faces everywhere you go. People real happy cause they got dough. All the bonus and the back pay ain't enough to spend for Christmas Day. We repair the house for Christmas, we change the curtain for Christmas, we bring in carpet for Christmas. Christmas is the deadline for everything. We making jug for Christmas, we think about love for Christmas.
Season's greetings from the Barbados Diabetes Foundation.
Book your vascular or ABI screening test today by calling the Maria Holder Diabetes Center 243-3937. The Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
It is Christmas, we working for all year long. When December comes, we singing happy songs.
My name is Dr. Michael. I live with type 2 diabetes. Well, when I first diagnosed with diabetes, I was going to 6 Rose Polyclinic and the doctor there tell me I got diabetes. Then a lady called me in the room and tell me your diabetes can be healed and all you have to do is eat the right thing and drink the right things. And then I have to go over to the hospital for a whole week every morning for 6 o'clock. To see why your foot will not heal. Your foot used to pain me morning when I could sleep, but I did not give up. But if I did give up, I'd be gone already. But I thank God that I got life, that I come here, the Diabetes Foundation, and these help me with my feet covered not heal. You got certain things you got to drink, plenty water. Sometimes can't get in needle, can't take the sugar when your fingers cramp. Tell me you already drink coconut water, but I can't drink coconut water. If I drink coconut water, I can't get the bath too fast. You don't call the people that got diabetes or in long run it will happen to you. You don't call them no body sickness, nothing like that. You understand? Many days people tell me you will lose your feet. I will tell them I rebuke that. So when you have diabetes, you got not control it. I would like more help with diabetes and more help with circulation and things like that. People living with diabetes need more help. People out there that come around the people's houses and find out if they want help and anything like that. You understand? I will ask anybody that living with diabetes, please control it. Living with diabetes is not good because you can lose a limb and you could take a turn and you pass away. But I want to control mine, to know what to eat and know what to drink.
If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic and listening to QFM right now, in 2025, Q stands for Quality Health Services at lower prices, which is what you will find at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center located in Warren, St. Michael. If you are looking for diabetic eye screening, vascular screening, podiatry, or nutritional advice, call 243-3937 or 417-0305 and make an appointment today. Don't miss next week when we will be dealing with more diabetic issues. Same Q time, same Q station. Compliments, the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program, and the Barbados Community Foundation.
If you or your loved one is impacted by diabetes and have questions, the Barbados Diabetes Foundation has the answers.
It's always easier to reverse diabetes, certainly control it properly and avoid complications if you at least know that you have it.
So it's just again to re-emphasize the importance of good diabetic care. And diabetic care involves really almost every part of the body. So it's your feet, your heart. But again, we're coming back to what our main focus is at this time is the eye care.
The Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren, St. Michael, is your source of diabetic care. You can reach them by calling 243-EYES, 243-3937 for more information.
Half of people living with diabetes don't even know it. Get screened, know your numbers.
The Maria Holder Diabetes Center.